Well, thank you for joining us. Welcome to the public comment kickoff period. So I'll introduce myself. My name is Brian McBride. I am the Transportation Planning Manager who serves as the MPO Director for the Longview Metropolitan Planning Organization. So what the MPO is made up of three major cities. It's Longview, White Oak, and Gladewater. As you can see presented on the screen, as that is our boundary, and so we concentrate our efforts on the transportation planning within our area. So tonight, we're going to talk about our revisions to the Transportation Improvement Program, which the Transportation Improvement Program is our short-range plan that programs the next 4 years of transportation projects within our region or in our area, which include mobility or highway projects, bicycle and pedestrian projects, transit, as well as any sort of major thoroughfares that are receiving funds from Federal Highway Administration as well as Texas Department of Transportation. Additionally, we are going to talk about making revisions to our Metropolitan Transportation Plan, specifically the MTP 2045. So the MTP is our long-range plan. It plans out 25 years of transportation projects within our area, similar to the TIP, but it's much longer in regards to planning out transportation projects in our area. So the revisions that are occurring for the 2021 to the 2024 TIP and the MTP 2045 specifically we are programming a bicycle and pedestrian project. The city of Longview applied for a grant for transportation alternatives funding, which is Category 9 funding, and received approximately $2.88 million to help expand the scope of this project to include sidewalks and make it a complete street along Mobberly Avenue. Additionally, what we're seeking public comments for is we are in the process of adopting our 2023 to 2026 TIP. And so within the TIP document, we identify mobility projects. We separate them out from what are regionally significant, as well as group projects, which are more of the like seal coats and lighting, safety improvements. Those are what are classified as group projects. And so the regionally significant projects, and we'll kind of talk about what exactly do they look at, like George Ritchie, Harrison Road, and items of that. So they're significant in scale because they correspond to the size of it's transporting from each area. So like City of Longview, Gladewater, and White Oak, it's deemed to be regionally significant. So here's the map for fiscal year 2023 through 2026, the projects that are being proposed to be put into this document. As you can see on the screen, we've got a lot of different sorts of projects. We have the Bike and Ped project, as I mentioned before, group projects. Those are all the safety improvements, seal coats, lighting, sidewalks, bridge maintenance, and as well as the mobility. So we've got George Ritchie, State Highway 42, as well as some other things that are occurring in this area. So I'm going to talk about what the projects listing that are currently in our TIP or in the proposed TIP. So we've got phase 1 of US 71 and Loop 485. That's supposed to be letting in fiscal year 24. We have phase 2 of 271 and Loop 485, also letting in fiscal year 24. We have State Highway 42 letting in fiscal year 24. And we also have George Ritchie Road widening. This project was rescheduled as seen in our previous transportation improvement program. This was actually rescheduled for fiscal year 2025. So both phase 1 and phase 2, the construction part of that project will kick off in fiscal year 2025. huge project that we're super excited for is the interchange project of I-20 and State Highway 31, the interchange project, which is also kicking off in fiscal year 2025. In fiscal year 2026, Phase 3 of US 71 and Loop 485 will be occurring, and Phase 4 as well will be occurring in fiscal year 2026. These are all the mobility projects or highway mobility projects that are occurring in our area. Next, I have what we deem as regionally significant is the Bicycle and Pedestrian Project, so the Longview's Mobberly Avenue Complete Street. So because this project received federal funding, we have to indicate that in our transportation improvement program. And so this project will kick off in fiscal year 2024. Additionally, what we add into our TIP is transit projects. And so since adding these projects or claiming the funds that are supposed to be projected into these fiscal years, the numbers as shown will be allocated for the Longview Transit area, which it's actually it should be fiscal year 2023 through 6. Those are the actual funding for those projects, or for the annual planning operating expenses to run Longview Transit. Additionally, within this TIP document is our grouping projects. Like I've mentioned before, currently we're proposing to program 18 group projects. As of right now, that's what's being shown. So like I said before, these are seal coats projects, your lighting projects, bridge maintenance, sidewalks, medians, and overlays. And so all these fundings, all the different how these projects get funded is often a question of where does this money come from? So a little, or kind of backstory for it is that it's in partnership with the state, the Federal Highway Administration, as well as Federal Transit Administration, as well as the local government. So combining all of these funding sources make up to how these projects get implemented into our area. And so having all these partnerships is help understand and help these projects come to fruition. And so when developing the TIPs and the MTP, what we utilize is staff, our technical committee, as well as our policy board committee to help determine what funds are or what projects are deemed to be put in these documents to help bridge the need for our community. So we're seeking public comment period. So as I've mentioned before, we're revising our 2021 to 24 TIP, our MTP 2045, as well as proposing the draft of 2023 through 2026 TIP. And so we ask for you to provide comment in 3 options. You can either mail in your comments to Longview MPO. Our PO box is 1952, Longview, Texas 75606. You can also email your comments to mpo@longviewtexas.gov. Or option 3, you're welcome to call our main line and talk to us and to discuss your comments regarding these revisions. And we welcome these comments. So this meeting kicks off our public comment and review period, and it will conclude on April 14th, 2022. We ask that if you've got questions or really want to talk to us and get more involved and to understand what's going on, we are located at 410 South High Street. You can ask for the Longview MPO, and we can be sure to get you the correct information. Thank you for your time, and please provide comments through these mechanisms. Thank you.